Dear friends and dear students, I am Dr. P.K. Verma. In continuation with discussions with various phyla of animal kingdom, today I shall discuss the characters, classification and examples of phylum Mollusca. You know that from Annelida, two lines of evolution took place. On one line, arthropoda were made, and on another line, mollusca were evolved. From mollusca, evolution of echinoderm and chordata took place, and therefore I have placed mollusca after arthropoda. The term mollusca was at first used by Johnston in 1650, for it means soft body. However, we generally do not recognize them by the soft body, rather by presence of calcareous shell such as in snail, cowries, holy cone and mussels. The only character that differentiates them from the other animal phyla is presence of a mantle or pallium and formation of the pallial complex. The body of mollusca is soft, no doubt, but many of them tend to come on the land, and therefore for protection a dry shell is needed. In arthropoda, the exoskeleton was made of chitin, and in mollusca, the exoskeleton is secreted in the form of calcium carbonate and some other organic materials. The study of mollusca is known as malacology, whereas a study of its cells is known as conchology. Cuvier in 1795 studied their characters thoroughly and suggested the first scheme of classification, though it was modified several times. There are many marine animals, but many species of snails and mussels are found in freshwater. Snails are amphibious as well as terrestrial. They originated from some polychaete Annelida, but metamerism is absent. Metamerism was found only in an extinct class, Monoplacophora. The living specimen Neopilina belongs to same class and forms the connecting link between Annelida and mollusca. Neopilina has segmentation in the body. These are triploblastic animals with presence of a true coelom. The body is divided into four parts: head, visceral mass, foot and mantle. The mantle or pallium is a thick muscular cover over the visceral mass. It may be open like flaps or a closed sac-like structure. The body surface is lined with ciliated epithelium, in which mucous epithelial cells are distributed to maintain the surface of body moist, and therefore its body is soft and delicate. The head is well developed and distinct in some classes like gastropoda and cephalopoda, but indistinct in other classes. The visceral mass contains most of the organs like digestive, excretory and genital organs. The mantle contains gills and also lungs in amphibious snails. The true coelom is reduced to the pericardial, nephridial and reproductive system. At other places, the body cavity forms hemocoel, that is the epithelial covering of mesoderm around the body cavity is lost. In the circulatory system, a heart is present. In cephalopoda, the system is closed type, but in others it is hemocoel. The blood contains hemoglobin or hemocyanin. It may be red, blue-green or colorless. Kidneys are formed for excretion. Sense organs include eyes, osphradium, statocyst and tentacles. Class Pelecypoda has only a statocyst. In snails, osphradium is found. In snails and octopus, eyes also are well developed, but a statocyst is present in all classes of mollusca. Most animals are unisexual, but some are bisexual and therefore they can perform self-fertilization. Fertilization may be external or internal, and development may be direct or indirect through a trochophore or a veliger larva or a Muller larva. Now come to class 1, Amphineura. These are marine animals. Body is straight with bilateral symmetry. The shell consists of 8 transverse rows of the plates on the body surface that represents the segments of the body. The most common example is chiton. You can see there are 8 plates in both the species and they represent secretions of each body segment. All species of chiton have similar formation of plates. The second class is Scaphopoda. These are marine animals. Body is straight and bilaterally symmetrical. Head is indistinct. Eyes and tentacles are absent. Shell is cylindrical or tubular and open at both the ends. The broader side forms anterior end. Foot is small and used for burrowing. Torsion is found in many animals. The most common animal is Dentalium, that is commonly called tusk shell or elephant's tusk. You see the photograph of tusk of Dentalium. It is a live Dentalium. Mouth is coming out from the anterior surface. Here the open part contains mouth. Eyes also are seen here, and these are the small appendages. The posterior part is pointed. It is also open. And you can see this is the empty shells of their body. They are broader at one end and pointed at another, just like the elephant's tusk. Class 3 is Gastropoda. These are marine freshwater forms, amphibious and even terrestrial. Head is distinct with a pair of eyes and 1 or 2 pairs of tentacles. Shell is univalved and normally coiled in most cases. Body undergoes torsion in most cases, so the Bilateral symmetry of larva is disturbed. The interior of body undergoes coiling. However, in some animals, detorsion also occurs. A large ventral foot is present that forms a creeping sole. Examples are patella, that is true limpet, cypria, commonly known as cowries in India, Aplysia, seahorse, Doris, sea lemon, Helix, the terrestrial snail, and Jankus, the holy cone or the shank. Now see, this is the photograph of patella. The left photograph is taken from dorsal surface and the right from the ventral surface. This is the lateral photograph in the lower. These are the cowries of different species. These are used in ornamental purposes as paperweights. In ancient times, these cowries were used as the coins for exchange of substances, but these were considered as cheaper coins of lower value. Now this is the holy cone. It has a number of species. In India, it is used in worship for blowing the sound, and it is also cut into bangles to wear. The married women generally use such bangles. These are costly bangles. The holy cone has generic name Jankus, but often the people say it conus. This is very unique animal, Aplysia. In Aplysia, detorsion occurs after an initial process of torsion in the body. The shells are absent, so the body looks soft. This is Doris. Usually you say it sea lemon, and the Aplysia was called sea hare, but these are only the so-called names. Class 4 is Pelicypoda. These are bilaterally compressed animals. Head is indistinct without eyes and tentacles, but the statocysts are present. Two valves of shell are present, which are attached together dorsally by a hinge joint. Respiratory system is complex and also help in filter feeding. Sexual reproduction through formation of a Glaucidium larva takes place. Unio, clam, mussels, oyster, pecten, and mytilus are the common animals. When you will study these animals in detail, you will find that they have flap-like mantles and one or two pairs of the gills. These gills are also used in filter feeding. The pearl is made by Pinctada, a genus of Unio sea oyster that produces pearl. It is just a protective device. See, it is a pearl oyster, and pearl is secreted around the sand grains that occasionally come into their tissue. These round structures are the pearl. These are taken out after killing the animal. you have seen how the pearl is extracted from the king Tada, the animal that was known as source of pearl since long, and now it is cultured also in the freshwater ponds and lakes for getting the pearl. These are induced to produce pearl by blowing air into the water, that is creating a water flow. Class 5th is Cephalopoda. These are all marine animals. Head is very distinct with a pair of eyes and tentacles. Legs or arms are present on head. These are 8 or 10 in number. They have a pair of gills and ink glands. The ink glands secrete blue or brown ink and form the water screen for protection from enemies. Nervous system is highly developed with presence of a brain case and myelin sheath on the nerves. Reproduction is sexual and direct, that means there is no larval form. Sepia is a cuttlefish. It is caught from the ocean for the meat as well as the blue ink, known as sepia blue. Loligo, it is sea squid. It is largest invertebrate and very swift in movement. Octopus, also known as devilfish, is eaten in some island people. See, it is the octopus just underwater, lying idle as if it is in resting condition. The eyes are prominent and you can count. There are 6 arms visible in this photograph. The 2 antennae are backwardly directed. This is another species of octopus. It looks very beautiful. You can see the eye and the suckers on the antenna or the arms. With these suckers, it can catch its prey very easily. It also helps in crawling over the rocks. See, it is the sepia. This species is very beautiful, found mostly among the corals, but in Indian Sea, the common species of sepia looks like this. It is also dissected in the honors classes to observe the nervous system and the eyes, etc. Loligo, this is the sea squid, very fast moving and the longest invertebrate. Say ammonite, a rare animal, it became extinct in most regions. Most of the species are found in the form of fossil. In India, Himalayan region contains its fossil in large number. It is swifted in the flood of river Gandak, and the fossil is regarded representing Lord Vishnu. It is commonly called Saligram. The real Saligram is a fossil of ammonite. You can see how among the rock fossils are formed. It is isolated carefully by removing the sand particles from around its body. You can see these are the three parts of the saligram. These are found in some temples also. May be possible that if there is an old temple in your vicinity, you can ask the priest to show you saligram.
Northern Australia has the highest tides in the tropics, which expose vast areas of shoreline. And here lives a truly extraordinary species.
An octopus was moving underwater. It has come out from the under surface of rocks. It is moving in search of some food, in search of its prey. How the mouth opens and closes, you can see.
At low tide, most octopuses will be imprisoned in their rocky pools. But this
See the suckers on the under surface of arms. These arms are used for locomotion on ground as well.
It's the only one specially adapted to walk on land. It pulls itself along using the hundreds of tiny suckers that line its arms. Hunting for crabs, it walks from pool to pool.
You can see that octopus can move on the rocks and in the mud also, using the arms as its legs.
Apart from a rather startled fish.
Now it has reached another part of water body.
This one is empty. So the octopus moves on.
Octopus has no shell, neither external nor internal.
Like a safe refuge.
It is just exception to most of the animals of mollusca.
But the octopus's suckers enable it to move just as stealthily in water as out of it. Nowhere is safe when this octopus is around.
So after seeing this beautiful video, I would like to thank you and invite you in the next session when I shall discuss Echinodermata. Thank you very much.